can't record it when I call everyone being retarded.
No, I have to. That's the whole point. So we have to record
But
this conversation. That's the whole point of this. Unfiltered, uninhibited
fine.
access.
No, but there were some.
Okay, the question that came up before we started recording was uh, the guest today is Joe Kassin.
Oh wow, you just completely
Yeah, it's not
no pageantry, no
it's not a
secret.
surprise. No
Uh,
pageantry. It's not a surprise. And the question is, he's going to be 10 minutes late. And so we were trying to figure out which of the three segments he would contribute the least to. Eddie,
mhm.
you now you answer.
Yeah, no, at first I would say it was the pop culture segment just because there's a lot of people in this league that aren't necessarily the most worldly of people. But Casson happens to be a very, very sharp, bright guy.
Yeah,
So maybe he would have something to contribute. So like I said, this is your show. How do you want to start it?
it's our show. Um, how do I want to start it? Okay.
I will tell you that for the feedback that I've got, Mr. Rana, everyone is very into you. Everyone is loving what you bring to the table.
It's
They
nice to
thought you
hear.
did they thought you did a terrific job. I'm getting texts from everyone and everything like, "Ooh, where's this Rana guy coming from?" Yeah, I didn't know
Oh,
he was
I'm,
such a spark behind the camera.
I'm 41. I
No,
didn't
no, I
realize
mean,
I was just appearing on the scene now.
not in the basketball scene, but in the media scene.
Yeah, the problem is that because I'm fading from the basketball scene, I need something in my life, and so
So the media scene is what it is.
specifically how this season is going, this might be all I have.
The only 1-0 team that didn't win was Dennis. He lost to Teddy and the Clippers. Um,
Right.
what are your thoughts?
Well, we Dennis clearly lost because it was like the Sports Illustrated magazine curse. So I think
Yeah, the
it's the
Madden
second.
curse.
Yeah. So he because I called him the face of the league, he was destined to
Yeah,
lose last night.
100%. You anointed him too well. He even
Yeah.
in the captain's chat, he put his own spreads. I guess he missed the spreads. He put his
Uh-oh.
own spread as the highest favorite. He was
Oof.
he was coming in there way too cocky.
Yeah. All right. Let's do the spreads. That's to me that's the most boring part, and so I I wanted to I guess let's just get it out of the way. Okay.
Okay.
You mentioned I saw you last night. As soon as I walked into the gym, you said something about I have a couple of ideas for the pop culture segment of the show.
Yeah.
So you'll start with that when we finally get to that point. Okay.
So you're quickly wanting to all you want to do is not talk about
I
basketball.
watched a show for Monday Night League, um, and it was probably half hour, 35 minutes. I think it was Sultan and Elo. They did a great job. They did as good of a job you can do talking about the same 40 players and the same matchups. Like, I don't know how that, it's like at some point your eyes glaze over.
Yeah.
And okay, Buzz was a special guest. That was nice. He sounded a little bit like Shaq, but that's a separate.
So I'm on, fun fact, I'm on Buzz's team.
I know.
And
I was very happy to
I
see
mean,
that he hit his
this guy,
shots.
like he was my coach. We have video footage. He was mine and DC's coach when we were like 9 years old and he was 16. And he's
Wow.
like mentor. Like I looked up to Buzz. And we played on Monday and I just don't understand him. Like he's on the, I don't know if he speaks English or I don't know if he's just like gasping for air. I had a tough time understanding him on the floor.
I
Not
used to
gonna
play. You ever hear of Basketball City? So they used to
lie.
have
Yeah.
it was a league in the city, and he would probably appreciate that I was telling the story. So it was a league in Manhattan on the West Side Highway, where it had a big bubble, and the New York Liberty used to like practice there. It was a really good facility, really cool. They tore it down. We had a great team. It was me, Toby, Buzz, I think Soli Kassab, my friend Vic Shemtob, um, Mikey Towel, Scoop at one
Wow.
point. It was a very interesting team, and we were good. This is all in our primes. A couple other guys I'm probably forgetting. And we used to go and we used to compete against these guys that some of them were like literally the ball would be passed like over our heads, and then like these point guards that were just like throwing the ball up to each other and dunking. And that was the year I realized no one that
Jews
we
could never be good.
ever played with can come anywhere close to sniffing the bottom of the shoe of anyone that has ever played in the NBA.
It's true.
It's
It's
true.
true. Yeah, I think even
Uh,
if you played the Liberty, you would probably get your ass kicked.
yeah, well, I don't know about that. That's
I,
I take the other side of that argument.
oh, really? So fun fact, do you know, did you see the jerseys for Monday night? Because I know we had the jersey conversation.
No, I didn't see it.
So I don't know if everyone could see here what the jerseys are. But on
It's
Monday we
hard
are
because there's a glare. Are you
okay,
the
sorry,
Liberty?
we are the New York Liberty,
That's
equality.
hilarious.
Yeah, I just wanted to see some black cats squirm. You know, they don't want women to like touch the Torah or make a bracha
I
or
get it.
play
Okay, so
basketball.
now,
So I just, like to be a little controversial here or there. Buzz didn't like it. Buzz is like, I'm not putting on the jersey of these.
I think we got into a little bit of a scuffle once, and the reason why the rest of us were not intimidated is because we had Buzz who they didn't really know his nationality. They thought that he was
The
black.
chameleon were not in Monday Night League, then you were in Monday Night League, and then they told you not to come into Monday Night League. And we don't have to get through the semantics of all of it.
Right.
However, I will say that now Toby and Esmo are the commissioners of both Wednesday Night League
Yeah.
and Monday Night League. And I was wondering how you felt. I feel that Toby has a little bit relinquished his duty as Wednesday Night League commissioner and putting a little emphasis on Monday Night League and kind of miss him around that Wednesday Night League vibe. Do you have any
To who?
comments
Who
or
did he relinquish it to?
I don't know. I just don't feel like he's as engaged. I don't feel like the fire is there. And listen, it's hard. He obviously has a company.
Right.
He has to raise millions of dollars for the shul. That's a $40 billion property already.
Yeah.
So they obviously need more money.
So do I, by the
Um,
way. If anybody wants to contribute
what?
to my shul, we have to
Yeah,
raise
I'm
millions
sure.
of
Every
dollars
shul.
too.
We need another the 48th Torah that you'll never use.
48. It's more like the electric bill is due this month. We have a different issue than they have on Ocean Parkway.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just too much for Toby and
I think he
not
sees the
enough of him
writing
to
on
go
the
around.
wall, is what it is. I don't think
I don't
it's too
like that.
much. Listen, guys who are productive, if you ever notice, you speak to a guy who has a lot going on, and they answer you immediately. I don't know what this is about people, but you speak to a guy who you know is like just I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to say any like names, but like you know that he doesn't have a lot going on.
A jerk off. Yeah,
What?
a jerk off.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Whether he's just and this guy has all the time in the world, and this guy is the guy that takes 2 weeks to answer you, right?
Yeah.
And the
Uh,
guys that have a lot going on and are productive and are efficient, they answer you very quickly. So how is it? So it's not if Toby is not doing something, it's because he's prioritizing it lower than something else. It's not
yes.
because he doesn't have enough time.
No, of course.
Yeah. So I think he sees the writing on the wall, and I think that he sees that he's 1 foot out the door, and he wants. I think he's waiting. I can't speak for him, but if I was in his shoes, I wouldn't anoint somebody to say, "All right, you're now." I think he's waiting for somebody to come and grab
Rise
that
up.
spot from him, and then he will transition it because that'll be the right person. But by the way, if nobody steps up to do it, you guys, the next generation of this league is going to be in trouble. Who's going to do
I,
a show? Who's going to do these stats? Who's going to do,
I don't
you
know.
can ask Esmo to do it until he's 60? Whoa. You know what? We just bullshitted for 10 straight minutes, and now Joe is going to join us.
Okay. Love it. You did everything possible not to talk about basketball. Good job, Steve. You win. There he is.
Joe, what's happening?
Hey guys, what's happening?
Welcome to episode number 2.
Wow, what did I do to deserve to get on this show?
Steven,
You
Steven, don't you find it great? Like you could kind of know how important somebody is. Like we've been doing the show in a t-shirt
yeah.
with like, and then you just look at Cass and he looks like he just, sold 9 buildings.
Yeah.
It's
Well, if I stand up, I'm pantless right now.
so then do it. By the way, you want to get viewership up. We've
I'm
heard
not
good
going to go
things.
past my stomach.
I second that. I second that, Rana. You should do that.
Agreed.
But first, I wanted to ask what you guys thought about a couple of decisions I make. At this point, last week, we didn't even have a name. So what do you think of the Wednesday night rewind?
Lovely. You're putting too
Yeah.
much emphasis on little things.
Okay.
Stupid content. Looks, everything's great. You're
Good.
great.
Okay, fine. So we have so we know that we're good on that front. Um, what about the curb intro?
Lovely.
Yeah, Joe, what do you think about that?
I like the curb jingle. It's a nice. I think everybody has good feelings about that, so
All right, good.
definitely keep it. Yeah,
It's a warm fuzzy feeling inside.
it is. It is.
Maybe I change it every week. Maybe this week it's like Saved by the Bell or something like that. We'll see. We'll see. Let's talk a little bit about the answers to the poll that he sent out, because I think when you answer a poll, you don't know who else is answering what, and only the people behind the scenes get to see it. Right? I'm a transparent guy, and so I wanna kind of expose everything.
I actually responded to that poll. Just
You did?
FYI.
You
Yeah.
should. You're a rookie. Any poll that should be had, you should be answering first one.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Agreed. Agreed.
Here's the thing that I don't know. I don't know if I share my screen, what's going to be recorded. Is the screen going to be recorded? I really have no idea. So let's experiment a little bit. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay.
I can't.
You can't?
Yes, I can. Sorry, I
Okay.
can.
Good. Whoops, Esmo. Just so you know, I have Esmo saved in my phone as Esmo3. He's always going to have the number 3 attached to him, as far as I'm concerned.
Love that.
Content. Did you like the conversation about outside the league? 24 responses. Keep it reviewing box scores. 25% of the people did not like any of what we're doing right now. Okay, but 75 did. I'm not insulted. That's fine. Whoops. Did you watch the run? Okay.
Outside league content. I thought it was very informative.
Yeah. 84% watched it. 7% no, but I'm planning. 7% no, it was way too long. I can't handle it. Okay, fair enough.
It was long.
85%. You can't get 85% of the people to do anything. So I think that's a pretty good thing. If you did watch it, did you like it? Yes. Almost 60% yes. Give me more. It was okay, but it has potential. I would love to know what the potential is. By the way, anybody listening to this, feel free to reach out to me or Eddie. We need content. We need ideas to talk about or whatever to make it better. Joe, what do you think? How do you think we could improve this show? I want to hear from you.
I think shortening it is a big one. I don't think people are have the attention span to listen to 45 minutes of a video today.
Okay. What about like on the way to work or in the car or on the train or something like that? Isn't
Rana,
Yeah.
land the plane. Let's
okay.
go. Listen to the people.
Okay, you got it. We're already 15 minutes in, so we're gonna have to.
I know. That's why I'm saying you're going through a fucking pie chart. We gotta get moving, dude.
Sorry.
Let's go.
This is the one I liked. Rana, Irani plus interview guests. Okay, good. At least the people have a consensus on this. I think it got length. Needs to be less than 15 minutes. Okay.
50. Okay.
Here's an interesting one. Could be 15 to 30 minutes max. Keep up the great work. Around 35 minutes is fine, but not 50. Keep it shorter. Bring more guests. Tell Rana to cut out the love fest. Well, we happened to agree on some topics last week, but I'll bring some more controversial topics. We'll talk about abortion or something.
Love it.
2 long videos need to be under 5 minutes. I don't know who this person is, but I didn't realize Elon Musk joined our league. 5 minutes. Jeez. Great show. All right, good.
So, how does it feel? I know that you've been playing in the Old Man League on Monday, tearing it up, playing against guys with goggles and prosthetic legs. But you coming now into the Wednesday night league and you're also tearing it up. So, talk to me about how that transition has been and kind of what you feel being in the league for 2 weeks.
The transition's been great. I feel like this league is where I belong. I think I fit in pretty well with the caliber of the guys and the skill level. And the truth that Monday night, I haven't really played in a legitimate league before that, joining that Monday night league for like years. So that was like my first you know involvement in a center league. And it was great for the time being, but I think this is more my level And I'm not gonna not do the Monday night. I'm continuing to play there, but I feel good in this league. It's good.
Can you talk to me about one of your boys, one of your backcourt teammate on the Flatbush Falcons, Abe Go? Abe Go gets a lot of heat. Obviously, he gets a lot of praise and he gets a lot of love in this Wednesday night league. You know, averages over 25, probably the best pure shooter in the league. But he also gets a lot of heat for his shot selection and for his drafting and ultimately for his success a lot of the times in the league. Can you talk about your friend and he's starting at 0-2? What you see out of him and how you think he turns the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. So Abe's a dangerous player. He could score at any time and very hard to guard. Like you said, he could put up 30 any given night. When we played them, it wasn't the easiest first half. Actually, they surprised us. They scored a lot. They held us, and we were pretty much even going into the half. Um, you know, I think they have some challenges, like everyone is saying, their size. But Apeco, as a player, I think he's top 3 or 4 in the league, and I think they'll be okay. Maybe they make a trade, um, and they just balance their team a little bit, but I wouldn't count them out just yet. My opinion.
It's my biggest. I said this last week, and I think we were in agreement. My biggest uh, compliment, I think, for you, and the biggest the thing that I like the most about your game is the mid range jump shot. So my question is, that mid range jump shot, is that something that you specifically wanted to get good at? Or is it that you're like the three ball is like out of your range? So you said, let me just see where my sweet spot is, and it turned out to be there? Because I think you're the best mid range jump shooter in the league right now.
I appreciate that. I don't think it was like an intentional thing to like become the mid-range shooting guy. Um, I think it's just that I could hit the three ball. It's not my specialty.
Right.
Um, and then driving to the hoop, I am a little bit, smaller, and I don't have the step that I once had, back in the high school days. So I feel like just a comfortable place to be in, that mid range. And I think that it wasn't really an intentional thing. Just what it is.
Just happened, evolved.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Speaking of your size, it is I find it funny. Your team is one of the biggest teams in the league. You have Ian, championship captain. You have Buddha, massive guy. Eddie Shrem, who's not tall, but he's a big dude, plays like a big. Your friend, another Flatbush Falcon, Mookie, another big, and then this guy David Shalom, who I met for the first time last night, and I was watching with like 9 minutes left in your game, and. I, I mean this in the best way possible, but that guy looks like a feral cat on cocaine. Like he is just flying up and down, jumping like shit that I've never seen. So you're like it looks like a big, like bulky bruiser type of team. And Rana, you played against them, so I'd love to hear your take on it. But this is a big team, and you're like the one small, crafty, you're the guy. It's one guard and five bigs. So has that been kind of difficult for you to navigate, just knowing that you're the only guy that probably handles the ball and facilitates everything, like it's all on you?
Right. So it's definitely a challenge. Yeah, Shalom is a freak of nature. The guy is
Wild.
insane. But it's good to have 4 guys that are 6 foot and over on your team. Just to have that strength is huge. But yeah, it definitely comes with a lot. I think a lot is going to depend on me as far as controlling the offense and facilitating and um, because it's a lot of guys that kind of have a similar game. So just trying to take more charge and make sure that everybody's doing their part and creating a flow on offense. I think that's one of the things we have to work on is just get more in a flow of offense. And I think a lot of that's going to have to come from me. And it's good to have a guy like Eddie Shrem on your team, who's the guy's a legend and very smart basketball player. So his advice is always it's good to have him on the team as well.
I was going to ask you about his veteran leadership, but you I don't even have to because you just answered it. Rana, how was it playing with these guys? It looked like it looked difficult to play against.
So let's um okay, so David Shalom, first time I ever met him also. He has great hands. He's tall, quick, strong, everything. I mean, he's like an Edco type player. I mean, it's they're similar type players, and to see them go head to head last night was very interesting. You have Eddie
Uh,
Strem and Buddha who are championship caliber because they made the finals last year, even though they lost. Obviously, you remember that.
Thanks, man.
Ian, who just his confidence is on a different level right now. Let me tell you a quote that Ian said yesterday. Did you hear this? The beginning of the second half, we come out up eight points. We're up by 8. I forgot exactly what the score was, 29-21 or something. Um, Ian's talking trash with somebody on my team, and there was, I don't know what he said, but
Who
all I
was it?
remember
Say
hearing.
names. Who was it? If
Well,
you can tell the story, tell the story.
no,
Who
no,
was
I
it
promise. I
trash
would
to?
like to tell the story. I'm not holding anything back. Maybe it was Sammy Savag. I don't know exactly who it was.
Mhm.
But all I remember hearing is Ian say, "Yeah, you think we're down now? Talk to me in 5 minutes." And I could promise you that stuck in my head. I looked up at the score. 5 minutes later, they were up. And
That's
so
crazy.
and so the amount of confidence and balls it takes to make a comment like that in the middle of a game, that just means that he's playing with utmost confidence, right?
Yeah.
And so you need that because skill level, okay, we have a lot of guys that are great, but I think the ones that are going to separate and maybe repeat, maybe not, whatever, but you need that. And so you have that in a leader, and then you have yourself, and you have David Shalom, of course, is a rim protector, rebounder. He himself came up with a bunch of steals. And you
I'm
guys were
curious to see
just
though,
swarming on defense.
there's a lot of personality. So Ian is the best guy to play with when things are good. When
Yeah,
things are bad, he's fire sale. I'll trade my whole team. I'll kill everyone.
right,
Eddie Shrem is teddy bear when you're winning, but when
right,
you're losing,
right.
you know Eddie Shrem. He could get vocal. I don't know David Challen, but he seems like a passionate dude.
I didn't
Buddha's
hear
the
him talk.
same,
I don't know what
you
he sounds
know.
like, so that's good.
So Joe Kassin is going to have to be the voice
Yeah,
of calm and the glue for this team.
true.
And I think you could be that.
But give Ian a lot of credit because he had a losing record at some point last season. He had an
Yeah,
opportunity to blow it up, and he did not pull the
he
trigger. Look
didn't.
what
He
ended
didn't
up
pull the
happening.
trigger. No, I give him all the credit in the
So
world.
that's interesting.
Um, Joe, before we get to the games, I have two more questions for you quickly. I hope it's okay. So does the nickname Ice Water ring any bells to you? Is that something that you were called in the past?
That is Coach Sammy. I don't know if Ref Sammy. I don't know if anybody remembers him from the tournament days. But back in like high school, when I used to play in the tournaments. Not really my thing anymore. But he gave me that nickname one tournament by Joe Sutton's house or something when I was hitting threes,
Did it stick,
ice
or
water in
was
my
it just
veins.
a one tournament thing?
It was a one tournament thing, but your brother Ezra really made it stick. So
Okay, so that was his. He tried to get that to stick.
yeah.
Another a little bit of a controversial. I don't know if it because I know you're very tight with your group of friends. So a little story this summer. I was at my 7-year-old daughter's dance recital, and I get someone coming up in my face saying, "You kicked me out of the league. You kicked me out of the league." And I was like, "Dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a clown on camera. I don't do anything." And it was your friend Eric Setton accusing me of kicking him out of the league. Does it hurt knowing that you took one of your best friend's spots in the league? Like, is that causing a rift between your friend group?
Oh wow, I didn't realize it was a one for one. Was it a
Yeah,
him
it was a one
out,
for one.
me in?
If you said no, Eric would still be in. So just wondering if there's any strife between the friend group.
Oh man, that's tough. I mean, if you asked me, would I give up my spot for Eric to be back in this league? I would say no.
Good, good. That's the answer I was hoping to hear. Good.
Um, I just want to play ball and feel like hopefully we'll earn my stay. So yeah.
Well, listen, if the first 2 weeks are any indication, you definitely have. Rana, you want to get to the games?
Well, yeah, I guess it might. I think it's gonna have to be the last thing we do. We're at
Yep.
half hour.
So we'll
I
try to keep it
apologize to
within
that
10
guy that
minutes.
wants it to be under 5 minutes, but all right. All right, let's go Team Jamal against Team Apeco. Um, again, something that I'm noticing is that last week we only had three guys break the 20-point mark. This week we only had three guys break the 20-point mark. Um, so I don't know if defense is getting better or we're all just getting worse collectively as a group. But typically you have a guy or two on each team break 20. But let's see what happens, how the season goes. So Apeco lost again by 5. Apeco with 27 points. Jacob Seton with 10. And everybody else didn't really contribute much. They had two guys on their team with 0. I'm thinking of starting an LVP segment where we talk about the least valuable player of the week. I think
I
that
love
would be
that.
fun.
That would be
Uh,
fun.
that would be fun. But if we
Get
had
some
more time,
banter.
maybe next week we'll introduce it.
Most disappointing, maybe.
Most
Yeah.
disappointing, MDP.
All right.
There was two things that I wanted to say about this game that
All right.
because I came early, I really wanted to get out of my house. So I came early. I watched the majority of this game. The one thing that I want to say that I think that we have to give credit to is Joey Ovid, and I'm not talking about just because I'm looking at it from the stat sheet. I watched the entire game. I was playing against Joey Ovid when he had his injury. Obviously texted him the day after, if you need anything, I'm here or whatever, but didn't really follow up to that. I see him a couple times. How you feeling? How hard this guy must have worked to get back is crazy. And like I wouldn't even know. And the fact that you come back a year later, 2 years later, whatever it is, and not just be a guy, but to really be the X factor on your team. I mean, he was rebounding, he was pushing the ball up the floor, he was scoring, he would cock back, shoot, nail his shots. I mean, I can't say enough good things about Joey Ovid. Obviously, happy to have him back in the league, but to now have him back in the league and performing at this level is incredible. So, I think Joey Ovid definitely, deserves his flowers.
Definitely. And to have a guy like Jack Jamal and Bobby Sofer on your team and you're leading in points in a win, that's like that can't happen by accident.
Huge.
I
All
think on
right.
the other side of the floor, and Joe, I kind of want your perspective on this because you played with Abe for so long. Abe goes awesome, so I'll joke about him all day long, but Abe goes sick. He hit a three to tie up the game with 30 seconds left. That was just like once it left his hands, it was like you knew it was in. So Abe is awesome, but so is Roditi and so is Jacob Seton. And what I'm seeing is like everything is running through Abe Carl again, right? And that's normally how his teams were, that every possession he'd have to touch the ball for the majority of the possessions. And you have playmakers like Roditi and like Jacob Seton, and I feel like they're not getting into a flow because they're like, okay, we have to make sure Abe goes holding the ball, right? And obviously he's the most dangerous player in the league. He's the most dangerous scorer in the league. We all know that. But I feel like they're not getting into a flow because of it. How do you get if you were on Team Abeco or if you were Roditi or Seton, how do you get that flow back where it's not just like, all right, this is one dimensional and we know what he's doing?
The truth, I would like to see Roditi take more of an active role as the point guard because I think he's really good at being patient, running the offense, getting to the hole, and then like drawing defenders and facilitating, creating for other people. And I think he'll really open it up much more for Abe and for Jacob. Um, that's just my opinion. Just from playing with him a few times, I noticed that about his game. So I think that would help for them.
Gun to head, do you think Abe goes making the playoffs?
Do I think Abe Co's make the playoffs? I'm gonna say no as of now.
Okay. Wow. So
Hot take.
in essence you kicked out one of your friends and you kicked
Threw
out
another
your
one
other
under the
friend as
bus.
captain. Unbelievable. What a heartless. But listen, you're just saying it like it is. I don't know what to say.
Let's move on. We have three other games to get to. Team Teddy, Team Dennis. I showed up early as well. I watched a little bit of this game. Um, Team Teddy. By the time I got into the gym, they were up, and they never really lost that lead. And one of the things that I noticed, the eye test, and it matches perfectly with what you see on the box score, was that everyone was everywhere. Gurney flying all over the court, Shamula flying all over the court, Sonny, Teddy working perfectly, Sammy controlling. And so look at the box score. I mean, it's
Yeah.
so even. 17, 15, 14, 9, 8.
Yeah,
Even
if you
Simon
told me
Baror joined the party with me.
that their top three scorers weren't Teddy, Sonny, or Sammy Shama, I'd be like, there's no way they won, right?
Right.
Amazing games from Gurney and Ralph
Yeah.
Shamol. And I'm happy for this Clippers team because we played them week one, and I knew that that wasn't indicative of who they were. They're a really really good team.
And
And
they're
like
deep.
we said, before Joe came on, I think that you anointing Dennis was just a little too much. His head got a little too big. And so we knew that he was going to lose this game. And I actually don't even want to talk about him more because I don't think he deserves it. Like he needs to prove his face of the league ship. So I hope I'm not playing him next week. Esmo's definitely going to put that on the schedule just to fuck me. But Dennis needs to bounce back, and hopefully it's not against me.
All right. Fine. Good. Anything else to say? Joe, any comments on this one before we move on? We have two more games.
No, it's just a huge win for Team Teddy, I think. Huge
I
win.
think so too.
Yeah.
Huge, huge win.
Statement win.
Needed it.
Yeah.
It's debilitating. No offense, Rana. It's debilitating to go 0-2 in this league. I've been there, and it's like you scratch your head. We look forward to Wednesday more than anything in the world, and to go 0-2, it's like, oh my God, is this going to be the most
Yeah.
brutal season ever? So Teddy could hold his head high and still feel good about the season.
All right. Eddie, your game. Three guys almost hitting 20 points, 18, 18, and 19.
It's not three
Aaron
guys.
Shasha with the
This
player of the week, 19, 20, and 7.
yeah,
Man,
this
I mean, we keep like complimenting this guy, and then he just keeps outdoing himself. So
Yep.
that's awesome.
And this team is not three guys. This team is five guys.
Yeah.
Um, it's everyone on my team other than me.
Oh, I
Ellie
thought you were
Manning.
gonna say Sauce.
No, no,
Sorry, Sauce.
No,
Sauce
Sauce.
messaged me, by the way. Remember last week you
Of
said,
course, dude. If you don't talk about this guy Sauce all day long, you get something. I told him last night. So in the second half, Sauce played against Sammy Fallis. Took him unbelievable. Really, I couldn't say enough about the defense. I told him after the game 9 times how amazing his defense was. Today in the chat, what no one's going to talk about my defense. I literally wrote back, dude. How much do you need people to suck your dick? How much? And Jacob Antony didn't like it because he's a little bit religious. He doesn't like talking about man on man fellatio. So I have to just watch what I say in my team chat. But this guy Sauce, if you don't give him, if you don't call him out, he's gonna let you know. So
yeah,
Kassin, if you have anything nice to say about Sauce, it'll be in your best interest to do so.
yep.
Also, he was my coach in
Oh God.
Maccabee in Maccabee years ago. So
Holy shit. That's a wild one. I would love to see footage of that.
That's
yeah.
funny.
That's crazy.
Um,
No, but this team, like Ellie Man, I really think is the best offensive player in this league. Benz does everything that he was all hyped up about on defense and rebounding. Anteby, sick. Sauce, great defense. I just suck. So you see the 18 points. It was the most inefficient 18 points. It was trash. I'm the worst. The team is great. So yeah, we're pretty stoked on our side. But on the other side, Davide, his 20 points was not indicative of the way he played. He did not play well.
well,
Aaron,
half of those points came at the line, which really
yeah,
means he probably had what, 4 field goals
yeah.
the whole game.
Aaron was all over him, made it difficult. Him and Sammy still haven't, and Sammy played well. Sammy made some finishes around the basket that I've never seen in my entire life.
Hmm.
He was awesome, but they have to learn how to mesh together. Like they have to. And now 0-2, you know, clock is ticking, right? So I don't know what it is, and I don't know what they have to do, but they have to start. And Davide, especially now that he was taking away his face of the league crown and didn't make the playoffs last year and is now 0-2, I think he's feeling it. I think he's feeling the pressure.
Well, they were missing half their guys. What happened there?
I think DJ got hurt and Steven Fallis. I mean, but Zul Braha, it was a 22-point game. So as much as I love DJ and think he's awesome,
Yeah, I don't think those two
is it
guys are
22 points
making
worth?
up that difference. Could be, you know.
Are you you're a big Davide fan, Steven? Are you worried about him moving forward?
Me, I'm a big fan. I think that I played on his team last season for like 3 games before I got traded for the second time, and
Oh yeah.
I'm honestly a little bit concerned about this season. Uh, I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm not sure how many bad performances I can have on Team Edco before they ship me out. But let's see. So he's great. I just think that he has to. I haven't thought about this. I mean, too much, but I know what I want to say. It's just hard to put it into words. He has to stop being so predictable, I think is the right word.
Hmm.
Because he's one of those guys that you can know what he's going to do and he could still do it because he's so
He's
big
that
and
good.
strong and talented. And I compared him to Giannis at one, I think last week, on like the small court or whatever. Um, but he might need to expand, put some more tools in his bag a little bit in order for him to hit his mid to late 30s and then continue to take that to stride. Um, so I think that for him specifically, that might be what's holding him back a little bit. Getting rid of the ball, working on his court vision, and just adding a couple of extra tweaks to his offensive game.
Joe, did you grow up playing with him? Like, 'cause I never heard of Davide. Again, I was out of the ball scene for a long time. But like in high school days, was he a guy? Was he a player, or did he like blossom late in life?
Not that I remember. I mean, he was a few years older than me. I don't think we ever
Okay.
really played. We didn't really play in the
I
same
don't
like
even know how
time
old he is.
frame.
Yeah.
But I think later. I think he really like stepped up later on from what I
Uh-huh. So
I
you
remember playing with him. I remember playing with him when he was younger.
okay.
So I was probably in my late 20s. He was probably in his maybe early 20s, and he was good. But I don't remember exactly when he took that leap because I kind of wasn't in the center leagues for a few years, and then I came back, and it was like, oh, he's the guy. So um,
So getting to the last game, just in interest of time, we spoke about Joe. That was your game. We spoke about your team, and
we don't have to talk about it.
no, but I do want to hear because we heard from your perspective on your team. I have my own thoughts on your team. Fun fact: I was supposed to go out with Edco and 2 Point Jojo and the wives tonight, and Edco canceled because he said he wasn't feeling well. I don't know if he just is scared of the impromptu interview that I was planning on doing tonight.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so I don't know where we're at as far as dinner plans, but
Did he specify if he was physically not feeling well? It might be emotionally
it
not
could be
feeling
emotionally. He did
well.
not specify. But Joe, from what you see, because obviously on paper they're a good team. What
yeah.
did you think was their biggest flaw last night?
Um, I think that listen, they have a lot of guys that can score.
But
Sammy had,
they're not scoring.
but they're not scoring, and I'm not sure why. Sammy had a great game. I think JoJo has a ton of potential, and he's just not taking enough of his shots. I think he's got to be a lot more aggressive. He's a 20 point guy. He's a 15 to 20 point guy every week.
How about
Um,
this? I think and I'm the biggest Sammy Sabag fan out there, and his resume, says that he's had so much success in this league. I think he's got to change the way he plays. I thought the ball was in his hands way too much. I saw him take way too many shots, and maybe a couple possessions, he's not the point guard, even though he's a phenomenal point guard. Like, do you just change it up just to change it up because it's just clearly not working?
yeah, it definitely was a lot of one on one. But listen, in situations where it's working, he was hitting his threes, and
Yeah.
he had four. I don't know how many threes he had. He had like at least three threes.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, he's got to get the other guys involved. JoJo's got to score more. Even Edco. I feel like Edco didn't touch the ball much. It was like a putback maybe, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I,
Spread it out
I
more a little
agree.
bit.
All right.
Gun to head, Rana, are you making the playoffs?
If we keep this team the same, wink, wink, we're making the playoffs. We are. I
You
can
just
tell you
don't want to be moved because you like the Raptors pinstripes? What's
that's what it is. I happen to like the jersey. Listen, I like the guys on my team, and I want them to succeed. Like I feel bad for Edco because it's his first year as a captain, and I don't want him to have a bad like view of his first team that he ever drafted, saying those bunch of bums didn't allow me to make the playoffs in my first year. He's too good. He's too talented. So I really feel bad. Like we're working hard for him. We're allowing him to talk in the huddle, and we're trying to come up with a game plan. But I just feel like somebody on this team needs to step up and say, I'm the guy that you have to get the ball to every play, and I'm going to make something happen, and I'm going to dish. If JoJo wants to do it, because I know that he could be a 20-point guy, and if you're saying that Sammy holds the ball a little bit too long, which okay, that's a valid criticism. I think even he would say so. Then so be it. And so we're making the playoffs. If you do not trade me, we are making the
I
playoffs.
love that. I love that.
um,
Yeah.
can we?
So
All right. So we're at 40 minutes. We have to end this, or else the show's going to get canceled by the network.
yes.
I have one game that listen. I have 10 games, but I have one game that I would like to play today. Could we do that? And that'll be the last thing we do, and then we'll sign off and we'll continue everything next week.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's early in the season, so I don't know how familiar you are with all the rosters. But to steal a segment from inside the NBA, I made a joke last week about from the myriad of Jacobs that we have. I think I confused one or two of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to play a who he played for. You know that game that they play on inside. Okay.
Love that game.
But I'm gonna ask Joe this, right? No cheating, by the way. Don't look at the rosters. Do you think you know enough of the guys in the league that if I can tell you if I
Joe,
can
you're looking at something, Joe.
Yeah, let me hold on.
No, you got to
Looking
get
at
rid of that.
something. Come
Come
on.
on. If
There
you
you
go
go.
For a
5
study,
and 0,
it's not a fucking
I'm not
test.
looking at anything now.
Relax.
I'm ready. I'm
okay, ready?
We're talking this season, right?
Yeah, this season.
Okay.
Who he played for.
Okay.
You played Abe Cove week 1. You played us last night. So
Yeah.
we're avoiding those two teams.
Okay.
Okay. Ike Fallis.
Ike Fallis has got to be on the Clippers.
Good job.
I don't know.
Yes.
You're right. Team
Yeah.
Teddy. Wow, he's on the Clippers. Okay, that's good. Sheesh. Let's go with Kokamish Esmo.
Sixers.
What team? You're saying the name of the team, and I only have the captain written down.
Oh,
Yes.
That
He's
is
correct.
accurate. That is accurate. Team
Dennis. Team
Oh my
Dennis.
God, 2-0. I thought I was going to get you on these. Eddie, how would you do if I asked you those questions? Would you know that 100%?
100%.
Wow, I'm the only guy. Okay, fine.
Jacob Franco.
Me? Sixers.
Jacob Franco is on
Teddy.
the Sixers. Very
Team
good.
Teddy.
3-0. Charles Shahabar.
He's on Davides' team. What is that? The Bulls?
Wow.
Bulls.
By the way, he knows even the team names. I know them by captain. I don't even know the team names.
We're canceling this game next week. 4-0. Jack Catton.
Catton is on team Bobby Sofer and Ovid, that team. What is that?
That is right also. Jamal.
Yeah, Jamal.
Wow. Okay, fine. Last one. Joey Zool.
Pacers, Apeco.
Now, that was a trick question because I told you I wasn't going to ask you about Apeco.
Uh-huh.
All right, we went 6-0. It is officially canceled. Thanks
By the
for
way,
screwing that up.
are either of you Knick fans? I'm not.
I'm a Knick fan. I had a whole thing planned on Melo, but we can't get into
Okay,
it.
no, that's fine. But just if you're a Knick fan, does it bother you that Abe goes wearing that Pacer jersey with the number 31? Like as a Knick fan, doesn't it like it's like if I went and I wore like Hitler's uniform to shul on Rosh Hashanah. Like who does that? Who wears a Reggie Miller jersey? Like that's
Did he
sick.
pick 31 because of Reggie Miller?
Yeah, I don't know. I would assume we picked Pacers 31. I've never seen him 31 before.
I held Abe Code in very, very high regard before you just told me that. I'm going to have a conversation.
It's a wild move.
That is a wild move. All right.
Guys.
Episode 2 coming to an end. Joe, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. I know you had a hard out, so we're letting you go a little bit early.
Thank you.
Last words, anybody? We're good? We're just going to end it, right? I'll have music going over this part, so it's not so awkward.
Unbelievable. You're great, Ryan.
You're the man, Ryan.
Guys.
Thanks, guys.